This video made me very proud. Just letting me know my work and other men out here who are doing the same work is starting to pay off. But before we get into the video, do me a favor, like the video, leave a comment, and if you really want to show your boy some love, hit that hype button. It really helps me out with the algorithm and it is much appreciated.
What's your name?
I'm Ty.
Ty?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
And what do you do?
I'm just living.
Just living?
Yeah, I'm just living.
Okay.
Every one of these young brothers pop. Every one of them. The one dude hesitated. I'm sitting here like, this nigga's scared. But he popped. And the reason I'm so proud of this video is because that is exactly what you are supposed to do when a woman comes out saying something crazy like that. See, before, if a woman was cute or had a nice body, men let a lot of stuff slide. But they are learning nowadays to hit the eject button, to abort the mission. The girl came out and said she was just living her life. How, Sway? How is she gonna do that? Now, she never said what she did for a living, but she said she's planning on retiring at the age of 25 from whatever job this is. But this part right here is when every one of those brothers knew they made the right choice.
Yeah, you said you was about to retire as well?
Yeah, I'm retiring. I'm not working anymore. I think everybody should be retiring and living their life.
What kind of shit is that?
So you have like funds saved up or ready to retire at that age?
I don't feel like well, I save, but I feel like anything could happen, so why waste my time like continuing to work when life can just happen whenever?
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I don't see myself continuing to work. I feel like the money, I'm just gonna laugh, it's gonna fall out the sky. I feel like the universe be providing for me, so I feel like I'm straight. Like, if I lose it all today, I'll still be straight.
What the hell are you talking about? What do you mean money is just gonna fall out of the sky? So you're gonna retire from your job at 25 with no savings? Because she doesn't have any savings. Let me translate what she just said. I'm a stripper. I'm used to getting fast money. I might retire at the age 25. My goal is to find me a man to take care of me. But if I can't and I have to put those hooker boots back on and get back in that club, that's what I would do. So I'll be straight. That's what I heard. My whole point is I'm happy none of these men picked her, because this would have been the worst decision any of those men ever made. That girl wasn't gonna do anything but drain your energy, your mental, your pockets. She was just gonna drain you all the way around. So I'm happy to see these guys made a smart decision.
Every day I'm hustling.
He ain't never lied, because I've been there multiple times. You got a moment to sit there and feel sorry for yourself, but then you got to get back to it. This is where telling the little boy to man up comes in handy, because when he becomes an adult, he's going to understand that sitting in your car crying and throwing a temper tantrum ain't going to do anything for the situation, and nobody is coming to save you. So it's on you. And in most situations, you got people counting on you, so you got to get out there and do what you got to do.
Goddamn right.
I'm about to file a national complaint against the public school system because they're failing these kids.
I saw a video of a guy that said girls would rather pay 100% of their own bills than be with a man who they meet that wants to go 50-50. I guess my question is, if we're at dinner and we're doing 50-50 of the bill, wouldn't half of the bill be your food and half of the bill be my food? So then ultimately, if I'm paying 50%, I'm paying still 100% of my bills? Doesn't that math doesn't even make any sense. Splitting the bill 50-50, ultimately, unless I ordered something insanely expensive, splitting things 50-50 would still most likely get me paying majority of my own bill still, of my own thing. Then when the guy gets online and says, you know, oh, you don't want to be with a guy who's doing 50-50, 50-50 is still her paying 100%. So, I mean, I guess I can almost see the argument as to why if you're going to pay 100%, you might as well be by yourself and self-sustaining than pay 100% and then be with somebody who is literally just dragging you along. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Going 50-50 on a shared bill would then still probably mean I'm paying just my share, 100% of my share. I don't know. It just didn't seem like good logic. Girls would rather pay 100% than go 50-50. It's still 100%. It would still be all of her bill. She'd still pay all of her bill. So I don't even see whatever.
You remedial. What does that mean? Retarded.
All right, who's with me? Who's with me? We gotta take this public school system down because they ain't doing what they supposed to be doing out here. This girl's online comparing going Dutch on a date to paying bills at home. Talking about I'll still be paying for my portion if I pay 50%. That's what going Dutch is, lady. You pay for your own stuff. That's how going Dutch works. When people are having these conversations about going 50-50, they're not talking about a date. They're talking about lifestyle. And the crazy part is at one point, I think her brain started working a little bit because she said, well, even if it's at home, it's still like you're paying for your own bills. bills, lady, that is probably the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. Do you understand how bills work, or do you still live at home with your parents? Because I don't think you understand how that works. If the rent is $2,000 and one person lives in that apartment, they're going to have to pay $2,000. If two people live in that apartment, you're only going to pay $1,000. How is this confusing? You're up here looking around like, well, I don't understand it. I don't get it. What is wrong with you? This is why we have to take down the public school system, because this is insane. I think Dr. Umar is about to open his school up. We got to look into that, because these public schools ain't working. I don't know what else to do here. To be honest with you, I got my fingers crossed, and I'm hoping she's just plain dumb just to get views and likes and stuff, because if she is this confused from this situation for real, somebody needs to take her driver's license, because she shouldn't be driving a car.
I was hanging with my girlfriends recently, and we were chatting about all things later in life related. So we're all in our late 50s, early 60s, and we were talking about menopause, being invisible, all the things. And one of my friends said the hardest thing that I've had to come to terms with is that I am invisible to people. And it's not just the opposite sex, that I'm invisible to everybody. She goes, I used to be a very beautiful, attractive woman, and nobody sees me anymore. I said, well, that would be something difficult to adjust to. And I said, I know what you mean. I said, I see that too, how people just look through you and around you. They just don't really see you. And I said, well, one of the things that's a plus for that is you can move about the world without anybody messing with you because they don't see you. And she said, well, that's true. She said, that's a plus to that. And I said, it is. I said, and the other thing is that you can just do whatever you want because nobody really cares because you're written off in society. Because our society deems beauty as youth and being associated with having a wrinkle-free tight face, you know, like the one I used to have. But I have wrinkles and I have all those things, and you know what? And that's okay, because gracefully aging is working out fine for me, you know? But something wonderful the other day did happen, which was nice. I'm at a convention and I'm with some beautiful young women and some very nice men, and my job is very visual to everybody. Everybody knows who I am, so that's one of those things. But I was getting on the elevator, and this young man, not somebody in my convention, it was a separate convention, is getting on the same elevator bank with me. And he says, let me hold the door for you. And I said, thank you. And he held the door, and we ride down the elevator together. And as we're getting off, he said, I just want to say that you're a very classy, elegant, and beautiful woman. And I said, oh my God, thank you so much. I said, that's very nice of you to say. I really appreciate the compliment. And I don't think that he realized just what that meant to me, because I can't remember the last time I received a compliment. Isn't that crazy? But take them when you can get them, especially if you're older and feel a little invisible, because it does make a difference.
Now, we all know this isn't just her and her friend going through this. There are women going through this all over the world. And there are a lot of men out there who refer to this as hitting the wall. So if you ever hear a man say you're going to hit the wall or she's hit the wall, this is what they're talking about. It is when you become invisible to men. Or like she said, invisible to everybody, but mainly men. You're no longer getting the attention that you're used to. Like that ocean full of options you had back in your 20s, now that you're getting older, it's starting to look like a bathtub. Like she said, the one guy giving her a compliment on her looks made her day. She says she doesn't remember the last time she got one. I'm willing to bet when she was younger, those compliments were coming fast like the bullets from a machine gun. But now that she's a little older, they're coming like, stop it, don't shoot that little motherfucker no more. And the crazy part is there are a bunch of women out there who don't believe this will ever happen to them. They just think they're gonna go the rest of their lives and men are just gonna be chasing after them, and it's just not true. Things are gonna change. When I look at this lady, I can tell when she was younger, I can see a lot of men going after her. I can see a lot of men trying to get her. Now, the good part about this lady is she has other things in her life to keep her busy. She's doing different things to help her through this stage. But if she's one of these women who only depended on her looks to get by and she misplayed her hand, she would be in a bad situation right now, because she would have to do something strange for a piece of change just to live. I'm not here trying to clown this lady or make fun of it. Growing old is part of life. Everybody's gonna do it. But just remember, as you get older, those doors that were once open, they start closing. And you have to be prepared for that. And I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a woman watching this video and she's gonna be thinking, well, men are going to get older too, so they're gonna have to hit the wall as well. But the only difference between men and women is most men have been invisible their whole life. So this will be nothing to them. It's gonna be something to you though, because if you've been getting attention your whole life and then all of a sudden you turn into Casper the Friendly Ghost, ghost, that is not going to be easy to deal with. So like the lady said, appreciate those compliments. Do not take them for granted, because all good things must come to an end. And to all you young people out there, just know age is sneaky. You'll be looking good on Tuesday, then when you walk by the mirror on Friday, you don't know who the hell that is. So if you're young, you're looking good, you're still getting a bunch of attention from men, I don't care if you get on your knees and pray that those looks are going to last. You can be sounding just like Keith Sweat. I'm here to tell you that ain't gonna work, so just let it go. But anyway, leave your thoughts on the video. Appreciate you watching. See you next time.